Alfred, calm down. It's all right. What's happened? Why is the place in such a mess? Oh, we've been robbed. Who was it? A penguin. It's all right, Alfred. It's all right. Just relax. It's okay. So they've taken my cape, have they? And my mask. Oh. What else have they taken? Billions of dollars worth of gadgets. But they've left me this notepad. I'll consider it of him. And it appears they have also left me one of my throwing blades. Imagine that was probably on purpose. Seems like a rather hilarious joke. Wonder if they'll still be laughing when I take out a number of his henchmen with just one of those, as I've done many times before. It's all right, Alfred. It's all right. We've come back from this. We've come back from things like this before, haven't we? Do you remember when they burnt down the mansion? Do you remember? We came back from it, didn't we? Hey? We came back from it. You and me. Okay, Alfred, let's get down to details. Essentially what you're saying is they've pretty much taken everything. No, they've left us 2 cups and 2 tea bags, but no milk. He really is a monster. Okay, let's just run through a checklist of what's actually been taken, shall we? The Batmobile. Gone. Bat glider. Gone. Bat motorbike. Gone. Bat plane. How many henchmen did he bring with him? Sounds like an army of them. I only went out to get some bread. In hindsight, I wish I'd have bought some milk as well. Bat scuba diving suit. Oh, but that was hidden underwater. Not the bat submarine as well. We just had that fitted out with the new technology. You can't blame yourself, Alfred. It's not your fault. Who are you supposed to take on? The penguin and all his henchmen. That's a job for Batman, isn't it? And I was out buying bread. Again, it was probably a better idea if we'd have sent you to get the bread, and I could have taken on the horde of henchmen. But hindsight is always 20/20, isn't it? Okay. What about the desert suit? The bat desert suit? Oh. The one that can withstand all the heat. I was going to go sand surfing in that later in the year. Never mind. I'll always make another one. Fortunately for me, I'm a multi-billionaire, and all of this is insured. Kind of. Well, we do the insurance through the advanced top secret technology department, don't we? So it's all very hush-hush. Bat slippers. That man has no soul. Not the dressing gown. There are no limits to his evil. It's all right. It's not your fault, Alfred. None of this is your fault. Just relax. It's all right. I've had problems with the penguin for a long time. We go way back, as does our beef. Batman cutlery set. I got that for my birthday. He didn't take the tea cozy. We're dealing with the devil. Oh, Alfred, we're dealing with the devil. Batman coffee and cappuccino maker. He doesn't even drink coffee. That's just out of spite. Batman duvet and pillow set. I guarantee you he won't be sleeping in that. He's probably put that in a bin bag and put it in the cupboard. He'll just use that as leverage. I'll get it back. I'll storm his hideout if I have to. You should never take another man's duvet. Batman gardening shears and trowel set. But you love those. Don't worry, Alfred. We'll get them back. I've already sent Robin out to do a bit of reconnaissance. It's all right. Just relax. It's not your fault. The penguin is a devious little character. Sneaky little character. He's a rascal. The penguin is a little rascal. Okay. Batman bread and donut maker. Probably will use that, to be honest. I know he likes his fish, but still, I can see him eating bread and donuts. Where were you when all this was happening? Hiding in the cupboard. It's understandable, Alfred. It must have been a terrifying ordeal. Of course, I don't think less of you. You're a man in later years of your life. Even if you'd have been in your 20s, I wouldn't have expected you to try and take on the penguin. Not unless you're me. Now, did you manage to keep hold of anything at all? Oh, a teaspoon. Good. Which is handy for us making the tea. Otherwise we would have had to have stirred it with this pen, which would have been unpleasant, I think. Alfred, this time next month all of this stuff will have been replaced by the insurance company. Really isn't worth getting yourself upset about. In the meantime, I'll probably just, go out on a push bike or something. I mean, they won't be expecting that, will they? They've stolen the Batman push bike. Of course they did. Wow. Just when I thought they couldn't sink any lower, they took a man's push bike. We will purchase another one, Alfred. It's all right. We've always got the Batman skateboard to fall back onto. They've taken that as well. Okay. Now we'll be having some coarse words with Mr. Penguin when I finally catch up with him. Now obviously we don't have the receipts for this equipment because we built it ourselves, but you do have the blueprints and the photos, correct? He's taken those, okay. It's going to make things a little bit difficult with the insurance claim. Alfred, even if I have to buy it all again, as I say, Wayne Enterprises provides. Very fortunate. It's all right. It's all right, Alfred. Why don't you pop the kettle on? Let's make a cup of tea and relax. I've just remembered they've taken the milk. Okay. They've taken the Batman butter as well. So I've got bread and you've got black tea. So we could have toast without butter on it with black tea. That is not what I'm looking for, I must be honest. That is actually quite cruel. Perhaps we should go out for lunch. I still have my wallet. He hasn't taken that, because I had it with me. It's all right, Alfred. It's all right. There's nothing you could have done, as I say. There's no point you learning martial arts, Alfred. You're in your late 70s. It would be dangerous for you to attempt this. You mustn't blame yourself. You're not going to be any good to anyone if you've put your hip out, are you? Not going to be any good to anyone at all if you've done that. Come on, it's all right. It's all right. We'll get the penguin, don't worry. We'll send him away. There's always a cell in Arkham Asylum for the penguin. And that is exactly where he's going to go. A one-way ticket to Arkham. And he will never leave, because he's a dangerous maniac who steals things from me and others. Or should I say from others and me, others and whatever. He has stolen my bread maker. I am upset. Okay. Speaking of bread, I think we should go to a bakery first. I need to smell fresh bread and eat a fresh bread roll. I think it will help me in this situation. Then I will meditate, that always helps. We'll have lunch first. What we need to do is recruit some kind of Batman assistance, some kind of security group that's not as good as me, obviously, but, capable of some serious martial arts and bullet dodging. Look into that for me. Kind of private militia of sorts. That is a permanent fixture in the grounds. I think, considering that I've been a crime-fighting superhero for all these years, we probably have been slightly lax on the security at home. I mean, my mask could have slipped off at any moment, and we don't really have any security apart from that front gate. So I think this has been an error of judgment for both of us, hasn't it? Yes. Particularly seeing as I'm taking on some of the most dangerous and devious psychopaths in the world. Yes. You could argue, in a way, it's kind of been a bit reckless, really. Still, onwards and upwards. To the bakery we go. Do you want to call a taxi? He's stolen the phone.